Welcome. Today we're going to be doing some pixel art. Gotta get a few things set up, yeah. I'm also going to be working on the settings screen. I'll do a little bit of C++ coding as well. Me kind of jumping around. Pin this message. All right. So yeah, this is going to be the fire, aka summer level, aka lava level. And I was pretty happy with how this tree came out. Now I need to do basically the rest of the background, figure out the proper voice for it all. I want to do a couple of lava waterfalls and finish up the volcanoes in the background. We all set up here? All right, I think we're good to go. It's going to be a short stream today. I'm only going to go for a few hours because I have a dentist appointment. Dead man walking. So I got to probably only go for a few hours before I got to get ready for that. It's going to be the worst. So I originally drew these volcanoes a lot bigger, and then I scaled them down because they weren't exactly fitting into the screen appropriately. And so they're all crushed, and I need to go through and like clean up a lot of the rescaling. A lot of artifacts and random pixel choices were made in the scale down. But my eyes were bigger than the actual resolution. It was just like, I wanted massive volcanoes, bro. What's up, Shada? Damn, that's good. Salutations to the US. What's going on, man? Come on. Readme7, thanks for the follow. Yes, greetings. Welcome. Today's going to be a short and sweet stream, y'all. I made some good progress on the settings screen. It's a lot more to put together. I know last stream it was this big honking shit show. But here, I'll show real quick what I did, and then I'll start to think about what I'm going to do next. So So it's more or less cleaned up. It's all put together. I still need to do the masking on the top and the bottom, so the page gets like scrolled and you see it hidden. What I did yesterday was I added a scrollable ability to the drop-down menu, which I was pretty proud of because it's like scrollable but still interactive elements inside. I ended up having to, in order to make this menu happen, I'm literally drawing each individual section of the drop-down menu. So each like line in the menu is like its own little texture, basically. A mix of textures. And so as it scrolls up, I have it like, so right here, like the English is being half rendered in. So I have it like detecting that it's above the threshold of the scroll box. And so then I have it just say, okay, just render the bottom half of it. So kind of like squeeze it out of existence. And it does the same on the bottom. But that way I could keep the interactive elements, keep it like multi-part, which it's not that complex or anything, but I still feel pretty good about it. I was like stoked to have like still an interactive piece here. It was really helpful because this is like a really big drop-down menu. I was considering like doing the whole, if you are opening a drop-down menu from below, that it would like show it on top. Then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Just scroll to it and you can deal with it. This is a settings screen. It doesn't have to be frickin' fancy. Kiss my ass. I don't want to do it. Looks awesome. Scrollable list. We're pure pain on iOS and Android, I remember. Well, hey man, I built it from scratch in C++. I had to build that entire dropdown. All my dropdowns and stuff are super big and stuff too. I feel like they're kind of clunky, but I'm like, well, it's a pixel art game. So I think we can be a little bit retro and ridiculous in that sense. I could render it so the text is all tiny and stuff. I was like, you know what? Nah. We'll keep it all big and blocky and retro-y. We are going to make some lava. Clean it up. Yep, it's pretty hardcore. They had some shenanigans going on for recycling items as you scroll the stuff. Yeah, I'm literally constructing it as I draw it. This is why I'm like considering using the same code base towards the next game, because I'm like, after I build all these, you know, initial components, I might want to reuse them in the future and then enhance them probably a little bit too. I think the biggest thing I would do if I was going to reuse them is do a pass where I go through and make everything super readable and easy to implement, because there's a lot of kind of esoteric elements to the components I've built. So every time I have to like re-implement like a scroll window or any one of these components, I'm like, wait, how did I build this? What's this random number? What the hell is this variable? Like, it's a little confusing. So I need to get us so that I just use it right out of the box. A little easier. Tell me about it. I'm sure. I throw away the multi-thread templated dependency injection container that you've been making for months. Well, sometimes it's good that you built it, you went through the experience, but then sometimes you just need to move on and do something better. Use a more comprehensive tool, something that's easier overall. So that might happen too. I'm not ruling anything out until I start on the next game. But for this game, it's like I'm locked in, so make the best of it. But I do get waylaid by these aspects that are probably taken for granted by other people using game engines and stuff. They just pop in an extension and boom, they got this thing. I literally have to build everything because I'm a madman. That's why I almost have to use this code base towards the next game, because it's the only way that I'll start making up for all the time I put in to develop all this extra stuff. Like the more I build with it, and the more time I invest into it, the more it makes sense over time. The more value I get out of the time that I put in. Because even if I were to, like, say, switch to a game engine for the next game, there'd be a learning curve for that too. And I'm sure there would be just as many hardships in its own right. I think the only real justification I'd have for going to talking myself into going to an engine outside of the one that I'm building is the general, like, shader support, like, and 3D support stuff. What's up, Prophets? Lord Prophets, welcome. You take an engine, add an extension, add some store-bought items, etc. Before you know it, you have a what do they call those games that are just like template trash? I know what you mean. Can't remember. Well, it's like people that just make strictly games that are all pre-made assets and stuff. And they're just like trash. Because you'll have like one really high quality like 3D element here and then some other really shitty thing over here. And it's just like, obviously, there's no cohesion. I think those games can do really well if they're like A, porno, or B, like just some funny one-off thing that someone shouldn't be spending a lot of time building, you know? Like the farting anime girl or some bullshit game that you don't want to spend like 7 years developing. Then yeah, you should use a bunch of like templated bullshit, because like it would almost be more shameful to like dedicate your life to the farting anime girl. And that game does exist, by the way. I don't know what it's called, but I've seen it. This shit exists. She's powered by farts. Porno Lords of the North? Yes. Those are people out for grubbing for money. Money grubbers. I'm not quite there yet. I'm still trying to put something wholesome and fun into the world. And by wholesome and fun, I mean some like savage, gory, bloody horror game that scares people. That's my wholesome contribution to existence, to all people. And this game is just the prelude. It's the training ground. That is so true, honestly. But those old spicy Flash games are really good. Old spicy Flash games. I don't know that I've even seen many old spicy Flash games. It was a good part of my childhood. Oh, damn. Ah, Flash corrupted you. I mean, I saw a lot of fucked up shit. I mean, we all watched Salad Fingers, right? I remember my buddy made a Flash game, and it was just a dude with his mouth, like he was like staring up with his tongue out, and then from the top was just a bunch of turds dropping, and you had to like catch the turds with your mouth. Flash gave us so much, man. It just gave us everything we needed. The grand joke, though, was I was actually paid to make games basically of the same caliber. It's like, if only this guy knew. People pay you for this. Might not be a turd-looking game, but... although I'm sure that game probably could make money. You guys want to play that game, right? Honestly, everybody loved Flash games. They did. And, they knew how to kill it. And it was just having to do with, the iPhone essentially saying, yeah, we're not going to support shockwave on mobile devices. And that's what killed it. It was just like one support blow. And Adobe was like, yeah, fuck it. All the money we put into Flash, it's all going into JavaScript now. It's crazy. Because they were probably given the alternatives, you know, like you have to make ActionScript like Shockwave actually run with JavaScript now or something untenable. Something they just weren't willing to do because it would have been like an overhaul that wouldn't have been worth it for them. Who knows? Or could it have just been like new leadership that was like, ah, fuck it. Who knows? It was around when Adobe went into subscription model too. And they just became the enemy. Money grubbing poop lickers. That's who they are. You wouldn't call it low caliber, simpler maybe? Yeah, it was. It was good for just people to kind of come in and just do like low threshold stuff. And I think a lot of people are getting into game engines with the same spirit, but there's less, since it's not like you didn't have to install a Flash game because you already installed like Shockwave. All you had to do was show up to a site and boom, you were like, you know, doing whatever weird porno Flash game you were playing, or whatever the animation was, it just instantly played. Where like a game, you have to like install and deal with it. I guess there are Unity builds out to something that can play in browsers too now, can it? I bet you they could still kind of create like a Flash sort of environment. I mean, that's basically what itch has become, right? Make a lot of weird games. Somewhat ungodly amount of patience and previous programming experience like yourself. Make modern PC games, you need to be a nerd? Okay, I get it. I guess I do have S tier focus when it comes to making this damn game, huh? You guys have seen me be really bad at marketing, but like very consistent with just building this thing out. It's hard to do it all, you know, like I feel like I art-wise there is a lot more materials coming out that I have for like marketing stuff, and I could be doing more, but it's taken a while to get there, and I do need to do like an overhaul to like all my marketing stuff. Massive overhaul, because I got music written now that I could put on the trailer. I've got a bunch of new art that's like there's like a lot of old art on the trailer still. And there's a lot of translated stuff I gotta do. There's a lot. There's a lot. Because I'm also like sitting here making drop-down menus scrollable, you know? It's like, damn, son. WebGL could have been that. Sadly, nobody really does it. Well, I think everyone immediately, the knee-jerk reaction was, you know, JavaScript Canvas. Like, oh, you can like animate stuff with Canvas. And it never took off. Probably because it was maybe too bare bones. Like Canvas ran differently in different browsers and stuff, so then you'd have to create like still cross-browser support for your games or something. I forget like what made it hairy, but something about it. Something about it. Amazees. You tried Adobe Animates? Oh, Amazees. Thank you so much for the raid. The man with the superior haircut. How you doing? How was the playtest stream, man? As if you haven't... Oh, hold on. So... Mises recently was doing a playtest with his game. And I think you're preparing for the February Next Fest, right? That I convinced you to join me on the February Next Fest slog. And I'm not even having my alpha out yet. And I'm like trying to get it out like this month so that I can then start getting the official demo going for Next Fest. Like, for example, all your motion clips get pre-rendered into bitmaps in advance and rendered as such. That really sucks. Damn. Damn. You've been doing good now, thanks. Been gone for a few weeks to fight for my career. Let's go. I hope that's going well. Finnish government did a verdict that... Oh no. Oh no. Proving that you were sitting on your ass doing nothing? I don't know how unemployment works where you are. I think in order to get unemployment in America, you just have to prove somehow that... I've never done it, so I'm not sure, but I think it's like you have to prove that you are looking for a job, I believe, which I'm sure you can just totally bullshit. Well, that sucks. I hope it works out, man. I hope you no, They're always trying to take us game devs down, man, one way or another. They don't respect that it takes forever to get established. That's why everyone encourages everyone else to finish their games, even though it's like literally you're preaching to direct competition to like compete with you, because you know how freaking difficult it is to actually just get it together. Because the world's like, no, you will not have time for this. No, you will not be allowed to do this. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. Are you good at making procedural animations? Procedural? What do you mean, Ice Gray? Specifically, what is it that you mean? I've got some animations here in the game. I've made everything from scratch. You did get it my way eventually. Took 3 separate reports. I would have lost my hair if you had it already. I made this fire animation. Is that procedural? I understand procedural coding, but yeah, I'm not sure what that means. I'm working on this settings page right now, and I have it mostly functional. It doesn't do, like, there actually is no back end to this yet. I'm still working on the UI. But yesterday I was just adding in the drop-down menu here, giving it the ability to scroll if it was too long. And then I still need to mask in the scroll page here. That's probably something I'll do in a little bit here. Continuing dealing with the settings screen. Although it is going to be a short stream today, so I may just focus on art. Even though the settings is like what I should be working on, but whatever. I'm going to be cutting the stream short early today because I am going to the dentist to get some fillings refilled. So it's going to be lame and horrible. So Dead Man Walking here. Amicis, I'm glad to hear that it finally did work out. And hopefully you can get back to your normal productivity with things. I hope the playtest went well with your game and you got some good stuff to work on. Meaningful feedback. And I also understand if you need to go take off, take care of yourself, do it. I will do my best to take care of your crew. You know, like inertia with something having, oh, so you mean like something with easing? Here, I'll show you something real quick. For that, I guess I would give it the Goblin Bomber. It's kind of an evil little shit. Who explodes? It's got a little bit of like squash and stretch in the bag and stuff like that. He mostly just kind of like he's running, so it's not like a super smooth animation in terms of all that. But right now I'm just working on background effects. Eventually I'll have to animate the sides, the little like waterfalls here, the lava falls. I've been feeling unmotivated to work on the game, but now I can start getting back into it. Yeah, man, I can see how that would suck all your energy. It's over now, Amicis. You can just continue on. Grow powerful again. We need your game dev in our lives. Get it together. What's up, Django? Checked out the Steam page. Your game looks dope. Thank you, Lasso. Yeah, if you guys want to check out the game, the Steam page is pinned at the top of chat. You can give it a wish list if you want to be notified when the alpha demo comes out. It's going to be like a playtest demo first, and then I'll be moving to make the final demo for February. Hopefully before December, or in December. I'm giving myself like not enough time for any of this. I'm just trying my best to do it all at once. So you say when he stops his momentum, the animation slows down. Yeah, so like an ease out or something. Lesso, thank you for the follow. How's Woods of War? It's I'm getting down to like the last 50 to-dos, and here, I'll show you some of the stuff that we got done recently. And by we, I just mean chat watching me do it. Because I'm all alone. So yeah, I've been working on the settings page, trying to get this done. Every game has to have settings, right? I have like limited settings, but this is just to like, you know, get it cracked open. I don't have an intro animation yet. This is just the intro for now. I have it storyboarded, but I don't have it fully created. So we know we've got the I added the new card recently with Marion's gift. Oh, I need to deal with that. That hover shit. Okay. But I did add Marion's gift. So that's a new card. I did add controller support recently. Added that animation in of the book closing. I got the dialogue system in. And I redid this stage map animation right here. It's like when you're going from one part of the run to the next, you know, one stage to the next. I redid the interface around the bottom here. I had this little animation of the of Gantz, the dead Gantz. So you see this little skeleton, and eventually I want to make that functional. I still need to make the interface a little bit more flexible to other resolutions and also make the mana panel dynamic. I added this little wave timer. I did a million freaking things, and then let's just go to the victory screen. So victory screen. I got all this. This is all functional. You might have seen this before, but like the level, I got the level up so that you can now level up the tree. It is that there's graphics to show like the tree getting bigger and showing more nodes. I also recently finished this animation of the rest animation of them chilling. And here you can have a little dialogue as well. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I feel like a lot's come together. Thank you for the watch streak, Django. Let's go. Look, you get all those, getting that platinum.
Come on.
Demo hype. Yeah, we're getting close. I haven't even fully constructed the gauntlet run yet. To do like the full run. I only have like the first 2 stages running right now. And I do need to do like a boss level at the end. And I don't know if that's going to be in the alpha yet. Looking real good. I want to play the demo already. Let's go. I want to get it done, man. Thank you, Amices. Lexi, thank you for the follow. Yeah, man. I don't want to keep you, Mises. Like, I know you might need to go or something, but you're totally welcome to chill as well. I know how it's like after you stream, like I always feel bad for keeping people around. After they raid, the magma forest is damn good. Some hot carbon action. This is going to be, so there's going to be 4 seasons in all, right? Can't get rid of me that easy. Okay, okay. So this, yeah, this is going to be the fire level, right? So that you play as the tree, and this tree looks freaking evil and awesome, which I love. And so I'm trying to find ways to make the lava level happen and look cool, and then I have to do all like the fire enemies and stuff like that. It's gonna be all like demon enemies and fire stuff, and there'll be a bunch of fire arcana. But then we also have to do the winter and the shadow, which is going to be like the autumn level. But the fire level also, the coloring in the fire level works with autumn colors. It's been kind of nice for my autumn stream, yeah. It is November. The leaves are falling. The air grows cold. Winter is coming. Honestly, I welcome the chill. I like cold weather. Because I'm a shut-in. I just sit and work on the game all the time. That's all I do. So having like the outside world be cold and encouraging you to put on some sweatpants and get under a warm blanket and to keep working and watch like a cool movie or a chill stream while you're just like cozied up doing your shit. That's my vibe. I think this winter will unlock some great creativity. Game dev for life. It's a lifestyle, man, because it kind of has to be if you expect to get anything done. You kind of have to like put your life into it. Which is crazy considering how like volatile people's reactions to games tend to be. Sometimes they'll hate your guts for giving them something to put dopamine in their brain. But you don't do it, or don't do it because of that. You do it because you love it. I just want to put something into the world. That's what I'm about. Ever since I was probably about 13 years old, 12 years old, I've wanted to be a comic book artist. I've always wanted to like make something cool. And I wish I could show my 12-year-old self this picture right here. I just did this last stream and it turned out so cool. Like this is like, I feel like the coolest thing I've made, but I always feel that way about the latest, you know, the latest visual victory. But like, this is so cool. I feel like if I showed that to my 12-year-old self, they'd be like, I did that? Me? Harry? I'm just Harry. I can't be a wizard. I can't draw. So it's really just fulfilling a lifelong dream of being some artist, some form of an artist. And I'm already a coder. So why not put them together? Truth, doing it for the love of bits and bytes. It's true. Skullwood. I like that. It looks insanely good, to be honest. I really love it. And it just came out. Like I didn't, you know, there's no concept art for this. I was just like goofing off and it turned out really good. So let's hope we can come up with some more elements to the lava level that make it cool. Because the rest of it's got to get nicely rendered. Like this is the only thing that's polished is the tree. Everything else is still kind of slowly coming together. because the rescaling kind of biffed it all. But that is okay. It's easier to react and build something that's already kind of partly built than it is to do something completely from zero. So like, I am not sad that I just have to clean up the rescaling that I did. And honestly, I thought there was too much detail. Like I didn't like the tiling detail that I did prior. And I spent so much time on it, and it wasn't it. Sometimes you think something's the call and it's not the call. And unfortunately, my process is very involved. It's like I have to completely render the shit out of something in order to know that I don't want it. I'm like, it could work. And then I do it and I'm like, nope, it's not working. Damn. I just wasted like 30 hours. Pixel art is so great. It starts to look good with so little. It takes, yeah, there's like a certain level of polish that it takes for sure. Like for instance, you look at my background right now, it's kind of like simple because there's not like any really additional lighting and stuff yet. It's a bit flat, right? But it's coming along. Like there's a nice structure that's happening. But then you look at the tree and he's got all the lighting, all the little details. And that last little bit of accent is what makes it feel like, gives it that polish, that sheen, that like, you know, I already said it. And so I need to do that to the rest of the background. Like I started to give this a little bit of lighting and polish. And, you know, you just go. Like a lot of these, there's too much detail here. Like you see all this crumbly detail? It was sharper when it was like scaled up, when it was in its original form. But then when I scaled it down, it crushed a lot of that detail. And I also think that a lot of the detail, even though it is partially preserved, is too much. I believe in a decent amount of visual rest, meaning there's just spaces where it's just blocks of color. So your eye isn't constantly like having to pan over a bunch of detail. Like this area right here, it's too much detail. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to simplify it, especially take away like the hanging pixels. You know, I don't want any stray like singular pixels. Get rid of that kind of stuff. I don't like to have just like a single pixel hanging. So I like to get rid of that. Like if I'll either get rid of it or add like two. So it's always, there's never just like this, for instance, this is just a single pixel right here. And it's like, I'd rather have either two or none. That's kind of like my general rule of thumb to kind of how I like to think of things being polished. Sometimes I will leave the singular pixel if I feel like it serves a certain texture. But I'm going to be going through and just trying to just simplify, give more visual rest. Because if your eye doesn't know where to rest, it takes the chill out of the piece. It takes the chill out, bro. Pixel art is time hungry. I would agree with that. A balance in pixel art is so important. I agree. Yeah, like when I was initially designing graphics for this game, I was getting very detailed with stuff and making complex textures in a way that was trying to create the illusion of a lot of like I'd make grass and it would be almost like this patchy, almost camo looking thing. And it was meant to be like how nature truly is, which is infinite detail. And so you're trying to put so much ambiguous detail that your mind just kind of shuts off and says like, wow, that's like just a piece of nature. But then I was like, that's like an anti-pixel art approach. And after I did it enough, I was like, this is wrong. This feels wrong. Because when I look at pixel art that I truly love, especially when it comes to landscapes, background art, there's a lot more visual rest. Like, what do we love about the original Super Mario Brothers. Like, one thing I've always absolutely adored was the later levels where the sky was just completely black, and then they would put like, you know, like a white cloud outline or something, and then there would just be like the foregrounds, like bricks and stuff like that. I don't know why, but just that simple aesthetic always made me so like calm and happy. I always thought it was so cool looking. And I was like, it started to click that it's visual rest. It's like there's a lot of simplicity to it, but it's like enough detail to make you feel like it's alive, but it's not too complicated looking. That's what I think is the essence of like good pixel art, is like there's enough detail so that you see something cool, but it's like then you cut off the detail and you're like, okay, it's enough. It's like, just leave this color completely flat. You got to put in some flat areas where it's just a complete block of color. You don't do anything to it. You just let it be the shape. Let the shape itself express like what it's supposed to be. Like, making this game has really shaped me as like how I design my pixel art. You can draw a Game Boy. Shadows looks hard to me. Lighting can be difficult, yeah. What do they call that about those pixels? Orphaned or... Yeah, orphan pixels. Stray pixels. You think you're thinking about Pixel Perfect or something? I know what you're talking about, Prophets. Hanging, like a hanging pixel, I think. It might be the term you're thinking about. There's a bunch of, you know, esoteric lingo for pixel art crap, but you get the concept. I forget what the term is exactly. It sounds like some stoner philosophy. Love it. It takes the chill out, bro. I was a stoner for a long time, to be fair. So there is a stoner that lives inside of me, but I kicked it about 3 years ago, and I'm just like really straight edge now, like I used to be. I barely drink. I might drink like 1 or 2 beers every 3 months. Other than that, I'll have maybe some caffeine occasionally, you know. I mainly just drink tea. My drug of choice these days is pixel art. That and TV. It's always been TV. It's never not been I've always been addicted to like movies and TV. You're a secret stoner enjoyer? Well, have at, man. I was a big stoner for like a good 12 years or something like that. Big Lebowski is one of my favorite movies. I'm just like wanted to come back to my motivation, because I feel like it zapped me of my productivity and my focus. And now I'm learning more things. I'm reading more. I picked up C++ in a heavy way. Started making this game. Like, my ambition came roaring back when I just got out of the way of it. I didn't trick my brain into like reward. I just actually had to do something of value to feel rewarded. Because when you just like, when me personally, everybody's different. A lot of people that function totally fine on it and are totally chill. Like, there's nothing wrong with people who partake. Because frankly, I love and miss it in one sense. But like, I like my life better without it. I do. But I will always be a stoner. I will always be a stoner. And in that sense, we will play a stoner song for everybody. Is everyone ready for stoner music? One stoner song. This one goes out to Amices. Skimmed over the Steam page, didn't catch my eye. Is there going to be like an endless mode in the game? What are you saying didn't catch your eye specifically? I missed, I think I disconnected from where you picked that out of the context of what we were talking about. I do think there might be a survival mode eventually, but for now it is going to be a 7-stage run where you're going to be picking two stages from, like, there's 4 seasons in all. It's going to randomly pick 3 of the 4 seasons and put them together, and each one's going to represent, you know, like if you're going to get 2 or 3 of them, and then when you play like the 1, it's going to be 1-1, 1-2. And then you're going to go to like the next stage is going to be 2-1, 2-2, and so forth. And they're going to get increasingly difficult. So if you get spring on 1, it's going to be easy. But if you get spring on 3, it's going to be a lot harder. And then at the end, I want to have like a boss. And then when you do that run, you're going to earn cards, more cards. But I think it would be fun to have a mode where you could just play endlessly. It'd just be endless enemies to see how long you could go or something. You can smoke a cigar to stoner music. Yes, you could. Yo mojo. You don't do something for 10 years and not have it impact your life in like a permanent way. Just because I don't partake anymore doesn't mean there isn't a stoner still alive in my heart. Why do you think I called the tree spirit Mellow Leaf? That's my little homage. Oh, you didn't see anything about an endless mode? Yeah. I haven't designed it yet. The game is still being constructed. I think it would be really fun to have a Goblin Bomber stage. Like Goblin Bombers are like creepers, and you know, Minecraft creepers. They come up and they blow everything up. It'd just be like a level of just non-stop Goblin Bombers, because they would like instantly take everything out, and just to see how long you could survive with just constant bombers. I'm just still trying to construct like the basic game still. I'm not to like extra. I haven't gotten to extra game modes yet. And I'm still designing what just the basic gameplay is going to be. So I mean, that's just the truth of it. I'm like, the game is sort of coming together as I develop it. Cause what happened was around last December, I decided this game is like, it was always going to be a tower defense game, but then I switched it into a deck builder game. I was like, this is going to be funner if is funner a word? It's going to be more fun if it is just the randomness of like a deck, and then you're building the deck as you go. So like, you're going to be like a deck will be shuffled and then dealt out to you, and then you have to construct what you're given. So in kind of like it's kind of randomized in a sense based on what you've chosen. And then as you get cards, you're like, oh, I got that card. Cool. I could play that card. And it's like that feeling of like, what's going to come next? And then, so as I change it into a deck builder, it's evolved. And so the game is kind of like growing and changing, acclimating to that change. And it still is. I thought it would be more fun. So I hope it is. I know it's more fun to make everything a card instead of like a tower that you buy and just upgrade. Did I see oh, tangy defense is what you mean to say. Yeah, no, I played it a little bit, yeah. Yeah. I played Cake's game a little bit. Endless mode would be nice. Let the people stick longer and even a high score. Yeah, I could see that. High scores leaderboard is always a great motivator to keep people playing after the initial playthrough. Maybe I could do that with like through Steam. Like if there's a Steam leaderboard. Yeah, don't smoke a cigar, Shader. No need. No need to get mouth cancer. Whether Gant will get to ever plug his USB stick again? I may have a plan. In the alpha, there's not going to be much story told, guys. There's going to be like 2, maybe 3 dialogues, and then like a repeat dialogue. I just wanted the basic structure of the dialogue system in so that I could pass out cards at certain moments to kind of get you started. It helped me kind of do little introductions to cards and stuff like that. And I think I can also use the dialogue system now to introduce enemies. Let's clean up some of this. There's a lot of stray pixels down here. Didn't get into too much. I'm at the end. Nassis, great game. I haven't heard of that. I was planning to play Silent Hill 2 on the PS3 during like Halloween time, but I just got too busy with the game. I really haven't been taking any breaks. I've really just been working on the game pretty much non-stop. Because it's like I'm really getting down to the crunch time here. And I'm starting to eat away at the months I need to be using a demo to promote the game prior to Next Fest. And that's why I'm really just trying to get this shit done. And it's tough, man. It's tough. But you guys know that I'm at it. I'm doing what I can. I'm trying. Oh, he's trying. I think some people have, they've warned me against being a perfectionist. And I'm like, dude, I'm not even being a perfectionist. I'm just like, I'm not even redoing things. Everything I'm doing is literally forward building stuff. And I haven't really backtracked on anything for months. I've been forward building on everything, just getting the to-dos done. Like, I'm just building the damn game. I'm not even wasting time. It just takes a while to just do these things. It's crazy. Is a lot. I feel that the art that I have been working on, the most I'll iterate on it is like twice. I'll do the initial pass and then I'll come through and do a secondary polish pass and then I'm done. Now this is way different than how I was like a year ago working on the game. I would do something and then I'd redo it like 50 times, like an insane amount. Like I've gotten way more efficient, especially because I'm like trying to hold a scope, you know? Dependency injection container, round 123. Let's go. Good luck, my friends. Do I have a Discord for the game? Yeah, you can check out the Discord. My Discord's pretty quiet. I used to always keep the Discord open while I streamed, but lately my computer's been kind of shit. So I've been shutting Discord off. And then I'm normally not on Discord if I'm not on. So it doesn't seem like I'm on the Discord a lot, but I'm always checking it before I go on stream. And when the playtesting starts to go down, I will, we'll be using more of the Discord I'll make like a area where people can put tickets. Feedback, ideas, whatever. I like what Slay the Spire did. They had a Discord and they made like an AI bot that would curate all of the feedback tickets, put them together. And if there was like repeat of the same concepts or like people reporting the same bug or saying the same sort of thing, it would like put them together and like summarize them. And they had like, I don't know what it was, like over 50,000 tickets or some crazy amount. It was really up there. It was a lot. You will change the silence. Sometimes people like to share art and stuff on the Discord. It's been more active in the past, but like I said, I've been really bad with like marketing and community management. They are important. I've just been hyper focused on the game, which is not good. You need to be focused on everything. I feel like streaming has been like the most powerful thing I've done for marketing and remains to be the most useful marketing tool that I've been able to continue with because it keeps in line with my productivity. But I need to be making more YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, more posts on like X and Blue Sky, shit like that. I just don't social media a lot. What's up, Valley? Welcome, welcome. You try not to use Discord? 900 hours in Stardew? That's crazy. Making a personal homepage? Nice. Yeah, the Discord, they sold, I believe, and they might be turning more to, they know everyone's on Discord, and they're going to be trying to probably push people more to subscription models more. But as soon as it gets into like an ad realm and stuff like that, I think it'll probably start to die. And then something else will crop up and take its place, and cycle will continue. Every time a company does that, it's either something comes up and takes its place, or people just like swallow the ad pill and just go with it, you know? Because nothing better is around. So it's hard to say like what will happen with Discord, but for now it's still functions like it used to, so it's okay for now. But yeah, it's about to turn into like another corporate greed situation. Blocking TikTok? I've never even heard of TeamSpeak. Yeah, they're gonna get aggressive for sure. I think it'll be like okay long enough for me to get feedback and to use for general easy communication for Woods of War, but I'm sure by the time I do the horror game, I'm gonna have to do something else probably. I think we got like another another few months until the IPO really happens. Because it's like, they're only going to start doing that stuff when they have those shareholders that are like, hey, where's the money? That's a sad thing about IPOs. It's like, as soon as it goes through, it's no longer about the user, it's about the shareholder. So it kills stuff. So they always wait for people to be entrenched and like addicted to the thing before they like, shh, give me the cash. Oh boy. It's the world we live in. But it is still possible for indies to make it, you know? Where's the money, Riyin Oski? Where's the money? Give me the money, I'll break your legs. It's a good question. I hope I never have to make games with only making money as the sheer driving force of it all. I hope that I always get to make games based on what I think is cool and what I think people would enjoy, more than thinking, this people will just buy this, so I'm gonna make this. It's like people that only buy IPs when they're making games. Like the people that bought Wizard of Legend 2. Or at least they licensed it and made Wizard of Legends 2 a sequel. Like, give me a fucking break. More like a bad Hades knockoff. They could have done so much cool pixel art for the new game. They blew it. They blew it. They blew it. It's bad. I don't like the new Wizard of Legend. It looked off right from the start. I'm like, dude, we already have Hades, and it already kicks ass. We don't need like a shitty Hades. But I think there are some aspects of the game that I think people like, so it's not all bad. But aesthetics are like, I don't know. They definitely alienated their original audience, so I'm bitter. And I am the original audience. I used to stream that game all the time. Wizard of Legend 1. Always reminds me of Overwatch made this amazing game and then pulled the rug to replace it with a F2P microtransaction fiesta that has less features. Have we heard anything about Steam disallowing games with microtransactions? Wasn't that a thing, or was that just like in the EU? Aren't they trying to do that? They're trying to like get rid of the culture of that business practice of microtransactions and stuff. I personally will never make a free-to-play game with microtransactions, because what I hate about those games, I think it's a flawed business model, because if it flops so hard, and it's every live service game flops eventually, and you have to have servers running so that people can play on these servers. So you're paying rent on the internet so that people can play your game for free. And so in order to like convince them to stay, like you have to first get them all into the lobbies so that there's constant games to be played. And then you have to like trick them into buying a bunch of skins and useless shit. I think the only game that's probably mastered this is like Fortnite, because they license everything. And they also have like every kid ever playing Fortnite. So only a few can be on top that could actually succeed with this business model. I just think for a small indie, it's a terrible idea. Remember Battlefront? I remember. You remember? I remember. Sometimes I'm spending £5 for a small mobile game. I'm definitely only ever going to be charging like a flat fee for the game, and that's it. You know, just like you buy the game, you're in. It's the completed package, the whole experience, the years of pain and suffering that went into it. It's all yours for a mere $10, and boom, you're in. I'm not going to be trying to nickel and dime you or trick you. I don't approve. Because it's icky. I've never paid for a microtransaction thing in my life, except for the Michael Knight, no, Michael Knight. It is Michael Knight, but Knight Rider car in Rocket League. I did buy that. It was $2. That was a microtransaction. I had to have it. And I believe we have the song, so let's play it. When I was like 5 years old, Knight Rider would come on. And I had the car. I had like a little toy car of Kit. And I was just like, I fucking love this shit. So it's coming up next. We're listening to Knight Rider theme song next. Ultimate nostalgia for me. I think I liked Knight Rider before I liked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Maybe. Maybe. You plan to start streaming for a long time, but now I'm procrastinating. Want to do music production and software dev stuff. Streaming is like supplemental to things. I don't think it's like, you can make streaming your main life goal, but it's like a drama-filled, crazy life, I think. So I would recommend, Valley, that you do focus on your music production. Do something interesting and then stream about that interesting thing that you do. Converting money into a game currency instead of directly using real money prices. Oh, okay, okay. So no longer paying for fake money? Fake currency? £20 skins? The fuck? You like the reboot? I'm not sure that I've ever seen the reboot. I think I might need to check it. But without Mr. Feeney as Kit, I mean, come on. David Hasselhoff as Michael Knight. What are we doing? It's funny to think how David Hasselhoff became like this big pop music star in was it Germany? Or was it Russia? I don't know. Some other. He became very popular. Yeah, Germany? Okay, okay. Do a lot of software dev and previously did lots of music. You just want to do it live? Be a kind of performer? Hey man, if that's your goal, sometimes it's good. It's a healthy thing. It's like exposure therapy. You just want to be putting yourself in a performative position where everything you do is scrutinized. And after a while, you develop a thick skin, you know, because you're always going to have people coming in being like, you shouldn't do it that way. You should do it this way. You know, what are you doing there, buddy? It's too fat. Now it's too skinny. Oh God, what are you doing? It's too big. It should be more ovals or oblong shaped. What is that? Why, you know what? You should just kill yourself. That sucks. You just get constant criticism. This is one of the reasons why I won't do music production live on stream, because that's a really like difficult process for me. There's a lot of subjective creative energy that goes into it, and I make a lot of mistakes. I make a lot of bad choices before it gets good. And to have the riffraff, to have an assembly of criticizers while I'm in the midst of that creative process is like too much. Might be one of the few people who liked it. How many seasons did it go, the reboot for Knight Rider? I'm curious. Probably got like 1 or 2 seasons, right? I mean, like I said, I was like 5 years old when it was on TV and when I loved it, you know. I'm an old man. Kind of makes sense that it wouldn't necessarily do that well today. But I mean, we did see how great Iron Man did. So people do like devicey type shows, movies. Everyone wants an Iron Man suit to just do everything for them. We probably have Iron Man to blame for all of the AI craze right now too. Because of Jarvis, you know. Everyone's thinking, yeah, it's time. Yeah, I reckon it's time. I reckon. Let's put everyone out of business. Yeah, I reckon. Let's collapse society. Yeah, great. Let's do it. I love it. It's more disillusioning than mushrooms ever were. You want to argue with chat? Then you should stream and you'll love it. It's one big argument where nobody wins. Because no one's ever convinced of anything but what they believe. It only had the one season, but it was like 12 to 13 episodes. That's actually kind of a big season these days. I feel like seasons are like 6-8 episodes max now. Remember when shows were actually 22 episodes long? And you could have like a real slow like arc. And then they would also have like filler episodes that were just kind of like messing around. Like now it's like entirely exposition, entirely just this dense thing. You're watching the stories kind of like rise and fall very quickly. And it's just like, I feel like there's a reason why shows are becoming worse. It's like eventually it's going to be like 2-episode seasons. Did you see the latest episode, the latest season of Stranger Things? Oh man, the season finale was awesome. It was right after the first episode. We got Stranger Things coming up, guys. Is anyone looking forward to Vecna? I love the running joke right now is that like that they're all too old. All the kid actors are too old now because they took like so long to create the latest season. Honestly, I have enjoyed Stranger Things. I think it's been pretty fun. And hopefully it's just more satisfying stuff. There's definitely characters I don't give a shit about, but like overall the story's been interesting, so. Well, my damn. It's fun when there's a conflict dynamic between the chat and their streamer. C++ sucks. You just spark a battle. There you go. Star Wars or Star Trek? Xbox or PlayStation? PC or Mac? Pineapple on pizza or just cheese? Pineapple or pepperoni? Marvel is dead for me. Shame. Marvel is dead. It died. Endgame is when it was over. I can't think of anything past Endgame that I liked. Love and Thunder was trash. Is there anything? Well, I mean, they got the Spider-Man movie coming out. That might be okay. But that's Sony, right? So it's like a little bit safe from the Disney bullshit. They know too much why I am still here. Why haven't they taken me? I should be out by now. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. Goosefat, what's going on, man? You okay? Blink twice if you need to be rescued. You would never write C++ without some external push. I miss those days, super long seasons. I know. I've actually recently have been reading or Reading. I've been watching, because you guys all talked it up in chat, and so I just took the plunge. I've been watching Supernatural. I've already seen Supernatural, but it's been a while, so I got the DVDs on Blu-ray, and these are like 22 episode seasons, and it's just like classic rock, old school, just good TV, where it's no bullshit. It's just like monster hunting and chill. Good music, good monsters. Earlier TNG seasons are really good for that. I'm a next gen, and I do like what's it called? Deep Space Nine. And I was always, I think, probably a deeper Star Trek fan in the long run, more than Star Wars. When I was like 13, I was more Star Wars, because being a Jedi was too awesome. But it's been so, ever since they did the prequels, I basically was like, it's over. I was there for the original 3, and then I was done. I don't think I did like that. There was the one TV show Solo that everyone hated. I actually liked that show. Everything else was kind of shit. Andor, I think, was decent. Everything's been shit. Everything else has been absolute shit. American Vandal. I haven't seen that, no. Warlock hates Supernatural. Wait, what show? We've been talking about a lot of shows. Season 1 was really good. The internet response to Vecna last time, it was quite sexual. Oh, wait, I think Warlock was talking about Stranger Things. You're saying F that show? I personally like pineapple on pizza. I'm okay with it. It tastes good to me. But I'm also a guy that eats a lot of like fruits and vegetables and stuff. So I'm like quite comfortable with veggies and fruits and mixed together with things. It's never been a problem for me. Pineapple pizza is like sugar pizza, basically, because pineapples are like the most sugary fruit ever. I am kind of a sweet tooth, I guess, so yeah. Sorry that I'm carrying on like 10 different conversations at once here. I'm responding to each individual conversation via chat, one at a time. Marvel Zombies was kind of okay. There was a trailer for that. I don't know that I've seen... I don't know that I've seen that. I'm indifferent. I don't do it by choice, but I don't mind it when I have it. Last thing I really enjoyed was Californication. That's with David Duchovny, right? I wasn't super into Californication. I might be these days, but back in the day, I didn't give a shit about it. I did like X-Files, though. I do like X-Files. I want to believe. Woman started watching Lost and stopped last. Oh, dude. I never watched the last season of Lost. I watched it for a few seasons. I was like, this is cool. And then everyone talks shit about how it was a bad ending. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to stop while it's good. And so I did. DS9 is the best. Yeah, DS9 is great. And that for me with the whole room is a Star Wars museum. The original 3 films of Star Wars will always be a legend. And before George Lucas himself started to like go woke and make the prequels and just make a bunch of shitty decisions, like the original pass, the original passion into that project was awesome and undefeatable and will always be like what it was. And it's okay. They tried to recapitalize on it over and over and they couldn't recapture lightning in a bottle, and that's fine. Lightning was still caught in the bottle and it'll never change. Everything beyond Well, I mean, you could argue that like the prequels were canon because it was made by Lucas. I'll give you that, but beyond that, anything else that's been made for Star Wars isn't canon. It's fanfic. I don't care how much money they throw at it. It's not canon. I'm nostalgic for the Star Wars prequels because of the Lego sets. Hey man, if you love it, then if it makes you happy, gives you that dopamine spill in the brain, then I'm not going to knock you for it. If you like it, you like it. Everyone decides for themselves. You hate Warlock. I sort of figured out, Warlock, that you hate Stranger Things. I get it. I'm okay with it. There are some like insufferable characters for sure, but I'm looking forward to the next season. And I hope it's good. I'm a Stranger Things fan. I'm like medium hyped about it. I definitely will be watching it. And I think it'll be like watchable. I don't think it's going to be garbage. I think it's going to be just decent. That was normal Star Wars to me. That's fair, Valley. That's fair. You got like 300 figures in Gem. I haven't watched Babylon 5. Is Babylon 5 worth? I might need to check that. X-Files main theme is so incredibly beautiful. Are you saying we need a little X-Files right now? All right, guys. We'll do a little X-Files theme song. All right, you ready? And you can only hear this if you're on Twitch. I'm sorry if you're on YouTube. You just hear the copyright safe music, which I still picked and is good. I just don't want you to think that you're crazy. You love DS9 too and TNG, and I'd never watched Voyager. I've heard people talk shit about Voyager, but I've never watched it. I don't know. I haven't watched the prequels. Wait, you haven't watched the prequels? You just like the Lego sets? Misa thinks you need to watch the prequels. Oh, dude. Yeah, Firefly's the best. I actually just bought the Firefly DVD. Firefly and Serenity, I love those movies, yeah. Stranger Things is peak series. Hey man, you love it or you hate it. Everyone just has is entitled to their opinions. You think I'll like Babylon? Okay. Just burn X-Files on Blu-rays because the streaming services here don't have it anymore. Yeah, see, I've just been going DVDs lately. I started buying up DVDs because I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking sick of this shit. Because shows keep coming and going, and now they all have ads on them. And it's been so long since I've watched DVDs because I've been streaming stuff for so many years now that I forgot what good picture quality was. So like you play a DVD and it's like crisp and there's no ads and there's no like preamble. It just like plays the show and it's like perfect quality. It's beautiful. Don't worry, I got all the story from the Lego games. Dude, the Lego game, the Lego Star Wars games were actually pretty fun. I believe I played that on Xbox. Also, Indiana Jones. Yeah, Lego games are probably going to make money forever. There isn't like an IP that they couldn't just do and it wouldn't be fun. Solid game franchise. Babylon has the best twists and character after Voyager. Voyager. Remember getting DVDs and they had ads at the start? They do have some ads, but you can skip them. But they're usually ads for, like I had one that was like an ad for Blu-ray, and then I had one that was like ads for more stuff that that company makes. I'm okay with those sorts of ads. They're like trailers for like other shows or whatever that are relevant to what you're watching. That's fine. But just the random ads of the day on any streaming service, you know, like you go to Amazon, you pay for Prime, and you're getting ads. I mean, come on. That's like spitting in your face and then taking a dump on the spit. Latest Star Wars game. Oh, I missed that. It was a bit shitty co-op, but still great. Just barely remember getting cassette tapes. That was cool in retrospect. Oh yeah. Commodore tapes. I remember Valley members being scared of the ads because they were too loud. Yeah, I hate how they compress them super hard so that the entire household will know about your erectile dysfunction. But so I'm only going for 1 more hour, and then I have to get ready for the dentist to drill into my face. It's going to be a terrible day. And then I'm probably not going to be streaming on Friday or tomorrow. Because I'm feeling like I'm probably going to be healing for a few days and not wanting to use the mouth face. It will be a bad situation. Only slightly above my age range. Sky Showtime makes you watch ads to random shows even if you pay for their most expensive plan. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. They're just shameless now. They know that you have no alternative except to like buy DVDs. And if you buy DVDs, then you can fully skip ads, pause. It's easy to even like rewind stuff. You know, it's more, you know, when you're trying to rewind on a streaming service and it skips like 10, 20 seconds. And then it has to like reload it. Sometimes it's like gets laggy, and then it's like in shitty quality for a minute, and then it's all the bullshit. But if you're watching a DVD, yes, it's more expensive to buy a DVD than it is just to get a streaming service. But that's why you should only buy DVDs of shows that you will watch a lot. And that's what I'm doing. I'm only buying shows that I know that I've already watched a bunch of times that I just can't stop watching. I got Battlestar Galactica. I recently got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I haven't fully watched, but I got Buffy. I've heard too many people say Buffy was peak television. I've already watched the first 2 seasons, and those are like the worst seasons, and it was already getting pretty good. So I'm excited to like watch the rest of it. Of course I have Firefly and Serenity. Gotta have those. I got Supernatural, very reliable. I know Supernatural towards the end, I think, the latter half seasons, after like season 7, it gets pretty out there and there's some filler and some bad shit. But I think the first initial part of it is really, really good. And then it like, you know, I think it's pretty good overall. I know there's people that'll swear by Supernatural like through and through, but I think it gets a bit out there. But it is fun. So I'm happy to own it. I'm just sick of playing these games. And that's the thing is like if I buy them now and then like 10 years from now, streaming services are going to be $100 a month and I still get to watch my DVDs. Fuck them. And you guys think I'm joking too. It used to be like what, $6-8 a month for Netflix, right? A month. And now it's like $18 already. So it's already more than doubled. Can't wait for it to double again. And then again. And the thing is the content's just going to get worse. I think we'll rebound on content. I think people are going to start making stuff for nerdy dudes again. Because they realize all their money's gone. But it's okay. We got DVDs. We'll hang in there. We'll wait for the comeback. You're buying 128 gigabytes of Blu-rays from the US, can't get them here, and started burning stuff as it disappears from streaming services. Yeah, exactly. I recently picked up Black's Books, and there's this other one I watched called The Coupling. Just really silly, like, UK stuff that they just do really awesome comedy. And it's hard to find. Like, you don't really see it a lot on streaming services around here. It shows up here and there, but I fucking love those shows. And I've already watched them several times, and I know I'll continue to watch them forever. So I got those shows. I'm just like getting the little gems that like don't crop up on streaming services. That's the way to do it. Like I was watching Buffy on Tubi because it's like a free one with ads, but then they took it off, and I'm like, all right, fuck you. I'm gonna get it. I want to watch it without ads anyways, assholes. Buffy was hot. Yeah, she was really hot. She was like 19 to like 20 something while she was making the original series. But now they're going to try to reboot Buffy, which they only gave her enough money, I think, to do a pilot because Josh Whedon's out. So the guy that made it good, they said, fuck off. And now they got like a female director. It's going to be Buffy. And so it's going to be the new Buffy that comes out with the old Buffy actress. It's over. Michelle Gellar didn't age too well. She looks kind of crazy now. She looks kind of like the vampires did in the original series. And I think it's going to be not canon. It's going to be bullshit. I just hate how they like keep doing that. They like take like dead franchises that had their day and they try to like bring it back. Like The Matrix 4. That was fucking trash. Why did they do that? Like Keanu Reeves was just like, fine. I'll take millions of dollars. No big deal. Sounds great. I don't give a shit what you do to this series. Because he does it. But the rest of us are like, what the fuck is this shit? Does anyone remember Freaks and Geeks? I do. That was a good show. I liked Freaks and Geeks. It was a good one. You've heard a lot of people say this stuff. They don't want my money, then tough. Yeah, it happened at the peak of cancel culture. Yeah. There's no longer a mainstream. There's too much dissonance on everything politically. And so people have to really, in order to create your own sort of environment. Darkling, thank you for the follow. You have to buy your own DVDs, make your own environment now, because everything's very individualistic. Because so many people are like, there's in so many different gray areas, their fingers in too many pies, morally, politically, whatever, that there's no mainstream. And so lately, it's all been like optics for the streaming services and stuff like that. Like, it's just nonstop modern relationship stuff. Let's just put it that way. And it's unending, and it's also garbage. Like, it's not good character writing. It's just like, you know, look, it's a race swap. Aren't we progressive? That's it. That's all they care about. Like, to hit that note. We're being progressive. Yay. Not like, wow, this is really interesting. Wow, that character development is fascinating. Like, I can't wait to see what happens. No, it's like, boom, give them an award. They race swap that thing, or they, you know, made that person that sexual orientation. It's like, it's just identity politics has taken over like all of the streaming services. And so it's like, at first we were okay with it, and then it just became everything. And then we were like, okay, we were like, no. And then they kept doing it. And then we're like, this sucks. Stop doing it. And then they kept doing it. And we're like, not even the people who these represent want to see this shit. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, the fuck? It's culture assassination. That's what it is. The only pie to have a finger in is an American Pie. I remember American Pie. They had a bunch of sequels too. I never saw any of the sequels. That movie was pretty funny when it came out. Stifler's mom. Stifler's mom was really good in The White Lotus. That was like a really that was a fun series. It went pretty out there. It was pretty funny and like a lot of crazy shit. If you like crazy drama shows. The White Lotus is good for that. Which might be a little dissonant to what I just said, because it's a pretty woke show, but it's like, not everything that is progressive is bad. That was like that one time at band camp, I got some serious case of brain damage. Since my woman watching Nanny, I kind of like it. I remember Nanny. Wasn't that like, the Nanny had this like really annoying voice or some shit? Like her character was all pinned around her just having the most annoying voice? Or is that just like, I just found it jarring and that's just how the Nanny character sounded to me? Is that not actually written into the show? That's just how I perceive it. It's like nails on a chalkboard. He's just like, man, doesn't shut the fuck up. God damn. Oh, man. Don't worry. To anyone who's offended by what I'm saying, in a mere few hours, there will be a dentist drilling into my skull putting in a bunch of new fillings, like a lot of new fillings, and it's going to be a very painful day. So you can just think about that. With the butt law, what about Tool Time? Home Improvement? I grew up watching Home Improvement. I grew up in like a Christian household. I'm not really religious myself, but like, it was very like, we watched a lot of kind of Christian style shows, and I felt like Home Improvement was kind of in that camp a little bit. Not heavily, not like Seventh Heaven or some shit, but it was cut from that cloth, 100%. Yeah, man. Seventh Heaven, Touched by an Angel. Shit, I don't know. My family was on the promoting that sort of stuff in my household growing up. I was like, I just want to like read my Marvel comic books and watch The Simpsons, which I was not allowed to watch, but I watched anyways. I also watched a lot of like Batman, Spider-Man, stuff like that. Back when the animation was kind of good. Well, it was bad, but stories were fun. Damn, you can do the voice. Yes, Seventh Heaven with Jessica Biel. Oh yeah. Just think about Morty from Rick and Morty when he's like daydreaming about Jessica, and he's like in class with her, and she's like, huh? Like, what? Why is he like saying my name? Jessica. I especially love the episode where he puts the time crystal, like shoves a time crystal into his head, and he's just constantly trying to like follow the path where he dies in Jessica's arms. But it just ends up she was like a hospice nurse. And like she like didn't even remember who he was or something. Bro. Don't live that way. Don't do it. Gotta live for you, man. Follow your dreams. Impress yourself before you impress others. Man, I'm really talky today, aren't I? I'm really saying a lot of shit. I'm a real hard on my sleeve kind of a guy. We're cleaning up some pixel art here. We're getting shit done. There's a little fruit fly in my eye. Did I watch Turtles? What do you mean? You loved Captain Future. Are you talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original animated show? I grew up watching that. Like when I was 6 years old. It's my favorite show. A flying brain in the game, Dr. Simon. There was also Krang in Ninja Turtles, of course. Another brain. Am I in the wrong? Oh no, I think we're good. I think I'm gonna put a little. Put the outline. A little here, a little there. Let's grab this darker line. Do it to it, Rod. You know what's kind of crazy is the straight to streaming. Is that actually a mosquito? What the fuck is that? I don't know. We got a whole ecosystem up in here. They did the Toxic Avenger. Redid the Toxic Avenger with God, what's his name? He's the dwarf actor who did was it Tyrion in Game of Thrones? The best character in Game of Thrones, bar none. And he's playing the Toxic Avenger, which is, haven't even watched the original of that movie. It's like I think it's classified as a horror film. But like a dude is exposed to some like nuclear cleanup or something, like he's a janitor, he gets in the wrong mess, and then he becomes the Toxic Avenger. And he's basically this like little super strong mutant that can like, he just carries around a mop and he's like a superhero. It's like a really B-side movie. I'm like, I wonder if this is good. Yeah, Ninja. Dude, I will always be a Ninja Turtle at heart. When I was a kid, I went through phases of loving all the turtles. I started with loving, my first turtle was Leonardo. I liked the color blue, and I liked his two swords. I thought they were cool. And then as I got older, I started to like Donatello because he was gadgety, and I liked that. And then I always liked Michelangelo. Everybody loves Michelangelo. When I dressed up as Ninja Turtles in elementary school, I was Michelangelo because I wanted to use my nunchucks. I had these like nunchucks with like foam handles. And my mom sewed a shell that I could like Velcro to my back. And I guess we all relate to Raphael. We don't love him, but in a way, we're all a little bit Raphael. Angry with the world. A bit of a loner. It's turtle philosophy. You switch to Raph. You started with Leonardo and then you went to Raph. That's like two sides of a coin. You know, I think Leonardo is perceived as like the fun police. He's the responsible one. And therefore he is the least cool, the least fun. But you got to give respect. Because you know how they were like saying, they were like dispelling the whole alpha dog philosophy. They would study wolves and they'd be like the one that's like leading the pack, the head of the pack, and can like, you know, beat everyone. And they were saying like that's the alpha dog. But in the end, the true alpha was the older tough dog that was in the back of the pack, making sure that the younger pups and the injured were being looked after and being like carried along because they had to protect and fight for these weak things that couldn't fight for themselves as much, right? So it takes more strength to do something like that. That's the true alpha. The one that is like in the back, taken care of, is able to carry the weaker with them. They're so strong they can't. They don't only protect themselves. They protect everyone around them. True alpha. I think that's what Leonardo is. But he gets shit because it's not cool. I also think Raphael is, although he's a bit of a loner and he has a hard time, he has that same energy too. But I feel that Leonardo is like, that's just what he's defined by. It's like, that's all he is. He's just always like looking out after everybody. Annoyingly. Did you brush your teeth? Don't forget your jacket. It's cold out there. Oh, the latest Turtles game. Wasn't there like a really like rated MA mature Turtles game coming out, right? Like really savage. Has it come out yet? I should check that out. They know we're all old men now. So they give us the gritty, the true gritty story. Yes, yes. Wow. Playing with my daughter, she's telling me Raph is the best. Dude, I need to pick that game up. Can you play it on PS4? I don't have a PS5. I'm living very frugally. It's all going towards game dev time. Or is that what you're talking about? The Shredder's Revenge. The pixel art in Shredder's Revenge is amazing. It's really good. The one I was talking about was like there's like a 3D, really gritty Turtles game that's coming out. Yeah, which one are you playing? Are you playing? And the 3D one is TMT Splintered Fate. Okay. So you're all up on all of them, huh? I haven't bought and played Shredder's Revenge, but I have watched full playthroughs of it with like review commentary a few times. So I've really taken it in and seen all the art and all this stuff. So it's really well done. Like, you could tell they had an appreciation for the turtles. And so I just mean from mainly it seemed like the gameplay was pretty good, pretty decent. But since I hadn't played it directly, I can't really directly speak on that. But I don't think anyone's complained about it being like shoddy or whatever. But the story, the pacing, the art, really good. Solid. Shredder's Revenge. It's coming to Magic. Isn't everything coming to Magic the Gathering? Aren't there like OG Magic players? How are they feeling about all of these different, like SpongeBob SquarePants and Final Fantasy and all these different IPs coming in? Is it starting to make it feel like Fortnite, where like it's no longer the Magic universe, it's the give Wizards of the Coast all the money that you've got universe? I feel like that would just be like a shot in the dick for anyone who's just dedicated their lives collecting Magic. But I guess you could always be OG, you don't have to buy in. Good luck, Django. Good luck. Thanks for hanging, man. Sadly, yes, everything is coming to Magic. Thanks, I hate it. Magic the Fortnite. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't even I play Magic digitally, like on my iPad, but I've never bought any Magic cards. I've never physically played it, but I digitally play it. So I'm not even like that much of like I'm like a casual fan of it. And even I can sense that like doing that is like a just blasphemy in a sense, like everything has to be multiverse now. And it's just like, what? Why? Because money, that's why. Oh, okay. So you don't care. You don't care. You just want to make money now. But that's just what happens. Like, I bet you Magic IP has been passed around. Probably different people own it than did before. And at one point, they're just like, so how do we make more money with this? And it just becomes that. It happens to everything eventually. It's like when you live long enough, you see it. You keep seeing it over and over. It no longer becomes shocking, just sad. You love the original IP? It's all about the money. Magic is Hasbro's cash cow. What is it? 60 card decks? They has like a 50% profit margin. Insane. Yeah, because you're just like making little pieces of cardboard have value. And I'm sure somehow like the cards are like thinner than they used to be. They're finding ways to shrinkflate everything and then charge more for it. I'm not pessimistic. Everything is awesome. The trick is discovering an IP when it's in its infancy. When it's like an indie thing. Before it sells out. Before it gets too big. And the original people who cared about it leave. When it's still the original people working on it and it's brand new and it's still kind of rough, that's the best time to like love a franchise and like fully invest in it. But when it starts to get sold and the original writers and creators are gone, that's when you start to like get suspicious, you know? Everything is cool when you're part of a team. That's what the song says. Everything is awesome. That's what parents play to their children as they clean up the house. Like, all right, put your toys away. You little shit. I mean, I love you. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Army cadences. I could see that. All right, I'm only going to be streaming for about 10 more minutes. And then I need to start getting ready for the dental face destruction. Boy. Everything is awesome. Everything is great when you're part of a team. Pretty sure it's a mesquite. Little mosquito man. Trying to shook my blood. Little bastard. Get that bug. What's up, 8? How you doing? I'm trying, but I think he got away. He's too clever. Or I'm too lazy. Sometimes it takes a long time to get rid of a fly. And you're just like, fuck it. You may feast upon my corpse when I die. I haven't time for this now. Volcano's looking good. Thanks, man. What's up, Mohammed? How you doing?
Come on.
Anko, thank you for the follow. Great, and you? I'm doing pretty good. Except in 5 minutes, I've got to end stream and go to the dentist. Not great. That part's not good. You're really going to get me today. I'm really going to get my comeuppance. But I suppose I should be grateful that I'm taking care of problems before they become bigger problems. So I'm begrudgingly grateful. Just wish I could like read a book, but you can't do anything when you're on the chair. Just sit there. Be like, can I bring my laptop? I've got some game stuff to do. And they're like, no. Well, you're here now, Mohammed. You can always watch the VOD. Today was like a really short stream because I wanted to get the stream in, even though I knew I didn't have a lot of time to do it. Just cause I try to be on like schedule, more or less. More or less, mostly less. But I'll be back again, possibly over the weekend, to maybe try and make up for the Friday stream I won't do, because I'm just guessing that on Friday my mouth will still be sore and that I won't want to. But we'll see. It's unlikely, but I may show up on Friday. Otherwise, I may try to go over the weekends. But if I don't know, if my mouth is all messed up, then I'll probably just do nothing and watch Supernatural DVDs and keep making the settings page. need to start seriously thinking about doing some more YouTube shorts and more posts on like X and whatnot. Is your appointment at 2:30? Tooth hurty? It will be tooth hurty. Jax, you have no idea about making pixel art? Well, first you start with the piece of shit. Would you guys like to see a little progression of the lava level? Maybe give you some insight into what it means? Let's look at the very first one. What do you think? That's the very first one. When I started to block it out, I was thinking more purpley colors. And I was like, I kind of like it. And then bam, it became this. No, let's take a little medium jump. Now we'll go to lava 6. Then it became this. After 6 iterations. The volcanoes were bigger. This is when the volcanoes were too big. I like the darker charcoaly colors. So went from here to here. And then after a few more iterations, I like also the progression on the tree. Look at the tree. Look at him. He started looking cool and then bam. Look how fucking sick he is now. Look at how cool that came together. And I made the volcanoes smaller so they'd show up better on the level. And I'm going to be doing these like lava falls on the edge somehow. But those aren't like finalized. That's just rough. So what I say is start with something shitty. Take it all the way, baby. Just keep working on it. That's all you need to know, Jax. I learned pixel art from tutorials. I've been a traditional artist for my whole life, just drawing in sketch pads. I went to art school, did a lot of life drawing, all kinds of drawing. And then I kind of like stopped drawing for a while I was working as a programmer. I still would draw here and there. But the last probably about 4 years, I picked it back up again, got more serious about it. And then 3 years ago, I picked up digital art. I said, okay, let's get a Wacom pad, 16-inch Wacom here, and let's start drawing in Clip Studio, start drawing digitally. So that was a weird transition. So I was taking my traditional art skills, pushing them into digital. It was weird. I was really bad at first. And then after I was doing that, I started making the game and I decided I wanted pixel art. And so yeah, it was like 3 years ago or like 2 years ago or something when I was like, okay, let's just do pixel art. So to me, it's just like digital art, but it's just a little more limited. Like intentional limitation, which I think is really beautiful. But it's all like, you just draw, if you draw pictures traditionally, you can do pixel art. It translates. You can't be like Riyin. That's wrong, Mohammed. He can. All you got to do is work at it. An art piece isn't done until you stop working on it. So, like, if I said this was the lava level, I said this is it. This is done. That's bad. This is ugly. It's garbage. But I didn't stop. I kept going. Let's see what the original jump from the first one to the second one was. So I went from this to this. So you can see how like the platforms were just more detailed, starting to come together. But eventually, like I originally had all this tiling on this back section. But then when I scaled it down, all that tiling kind of died. And I didn't like it anymore. It didn't scale well, and I didn't want to see it anymore. So I just kept going till I found the color scheme that I wanted. And you can see like I'm starting to simplify the backgrounds, let it be more natural. And the lava's still being rendered. I'm still figuring that out. I think it's still a little rough. But it is starting to become what it will be. And this, like, you don't, all this area up here, up top, you don't see that. Like, it gets cut off like right around here. Everything above this is just nothing. So it's just there, but you really are going to be seeing the level like this. Something like this. It's either interesting. It looks super complicated for pixel art. Ah, but it is pixel art. Pixel art has that crispness, you know? You need to give attention to every pixel. Canvas size. It's like 7. Well, actually, this is for the full level. So it's around like 780 or 760 by like 1200 or something. But really just the main area here is probably around like 500 pixels tall. I'm only using like 480 pixels of it. But I'm leaving like this extra space in case I want to do like a pan into it or something. You like pixel art when it's done right. And man, do I like Riyin Art's pixel. Thank you, man. Mine, no, hot garbage. Oh, you got to keep working at it. Not forever. Eventually it will be glorious. You have to give it love. Never give up. My tea's all cold and sad. Guys, it's that time. I gotta go. I gotta start wrapping up. Oh, I want to keep going. You do 3D, so I'd rather eventually be a Blender artist. Well, I'm gonna end the YouTube video here. Because I'm simulcasting to YouTube and Twitch right now. So I'm going to just say goodbye to YouTube here. So thanks for watching on YouTube. And I try to do one live a week on YouTube, but I'm really going to try to push to do more shorts hopefully soon. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.